WrestleMania 42 is now done and over with, and to say it was an interesting weekend would be an understatement. I mean, we had surprises, we had returns, we had rumored retirements, we had great matches, we had not so great matches, we had funny moments. WrestleMania weekend really did have it all. And that's why in this video we're going to be breaking down the whole weekend by category, starting off with the best surprise of the weekend. Now, WrestleMania was definitely a night of many surprises, but I do think there was one surprise that stood out above all of them. And of course, I'm talking about the EST Bianca Belair returning and announcing her pregnancy. This was such a beautiful moment. I mean, the second I heard her entrance theme hit, I was so excited, but I definitely wasn't expecting what she was going to announce. I thought she was going to announce maybe her return date or she was cleared for action, but I feel like what she did end up saying was just so wholesome, and it definitely doesn't get any better than that. Congratulations Bianca Belair and Montez Ford on their baby. Now swiftly moving on to the best return of WrestleMania weekend, and I think we all know who this is going to go to. Yes, although Bianca Belair did return, I think there was one that stood out above any return that could have happened during this weekend, and of course I'm talking about the return of Paige. Yes, after 4 long years, one of my favorite women's wrestlers of all time finally returned home to WWE. And I know this return wasn't particularly a surprise because it was already heavily reported and heavily rumored, but it did not take away from the moment at all. It was really special, and I'm also happy that she did end up winning a championship on her first night back. I'm excited for what Paige has to offer. She is an awesome addition back to WWE, and I really hope that they book her properly. We have a couple of dream matches that I would like to see. Moving right on to the funniest moment of WrestleMania weekend. And just like the other category, the winner of this is quite obvious, and it definitely goes to the segment between Danhausen, The Miz, John Cena and Kit Wilson. And I know there's quite a bit of talk online about people not particularly finding this segment funny, but I found it hilarious. It was really fun to see Danhausen and John Cena in the same ring share a funny moment, and it just brought a bit of life to the whole show in general. Now onto something a bit different. Yes, we are going to talk about what the worst match of WrestleMania was. It's no secret that most matches, if not all matches during WrestleMania weekend, were quite short due to WWE giving more time to Hulk Hogan ads, which that's a topic for another day. But despite most matches having a short time frame, there were still some amazing matches, but the same can't be said for this particular match. And unfortunately, I am talking about AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Don't get me wrong, I am a huge fan of Becky Lynch and I'm a massive fan of AJ Lee, but it is clear that these two just don't have good chemistry in the ring, and it has shown time and time again, which is why I'm happy that their feud is finally over. Becky Lynch has the IC title back, and we can finally move on to something new and fresh. Now on the flip side of that, moving on to what I feel like was the best match of WrestleMania weekend. And this definitely wasn't an easy decision to come by, because there were some amazing matches over the weekend. But if I had to pick one, I do feel like personally there is one clear winner. And that is of course Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. That match had everything from good storytelling to good match quality to oh my god moments to a wonderful finish. Roman Reigns and CM Punk really do have amazing chemistry together, and I really hope that they have more matches down the road. And CM Punk, at the age of 47, this guy is still able to go so well in the ring. It is genuinely a joy to see at his age. Although I feel like Roman and CM Punk did have the best match, I definitely do have to give an honorable mention to that 6-man ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship. That match is definitely one of the greatest ladder matches of all time, in my opinion. It was a banger from start to finish. Kudos to everyone involved in that match. Now moving on to who I feel like was the MVP of the whole WrestleMania weekend, and I'm going to give that to Javon Evans. At the age of 21, Javon Evans is doing some incredible things, and the fact that he had his first WrestleMania match at that young age and delivered what he delivered during that 6-man ladder match, he definitely wins MVP for the whole weekend. And finally, the last category of the better nights of WrestleMania weekend, between night 1 and night 2, and I think there is a clear landslide winner, and that is night 2 WrestleMania. Night 2 WrestleMania just felt like WrestleMania. Night 1 felt like a SmackDown episode or a pre-show. It just wasn't hitting, but there were some amazing matches, but it just didn't hit the same as night 2. So yeah, night 2 definitely gets the win here. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I would love to hear your thoughts on how you found WrestleMania weekend. It's been your boy Grapple Talks, and if you love anything professional wrestling, you should probably subscribe. You'll love it here. I'll see you guys in the next video.